Hello YouTube, welcome back. Oh my god, I keep saying welcome back. Anyway, welcome to a Nuke's Top 5 video called Scary Videos You Can't Unsee. Now, it's been a while since I watched Nuke's Top 5. Well, I think the last video... I forgot what it's called. If this is the last video from this channel I watched, I'll just end the video and, yeah, if I recognize anything, but I'm pretty sure this is new. This is from like 5 days ago as of the recording. Anyway. Yeah, spooky videos. I like watching spooky videos. I'll probably just be skeptical on all the footage because I never really trust videos I see online. Like, I'll find them interesting, but for the most part, I'll probably just assume to just be very skeptical. Anyway, let's start. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, I gotta hit play again.
Late one evening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Heather Paul is outside on her front porch having some ice cream with her husband and her 2 sons.
Ice cream?
Then, Heather suddenly spots something that absolutely creeps her out.
There's like little mosquitoes.
Mosquito?
What kind of going on there? What?
Okay.
What did you say?
It's just a person
What
walking.
did you say, Mommy? I can't hear you.
You gotta keep that open.
Okay, so it's just a weird person walking by.
Musty.
Can't tell me. You can't tell me to find it.
I think that's just a person walking by.
Heather whispers, "She scares me," to her husband and children, but they have no idea what she's talking about. Neither her husband or sons can see the bizarre figure dressed in white that is walking down the sidewalk.
Did they not see her? Did they? Like, did they just say... Like, I couldn't really hear them that good, but did they say they couldn't see what she was talking about? Just saying, that's, like, can it be proven? Because I think this is just someone walking by and, I don't know, maybe the lady just doesn't like that person that walks by. I mean, it's like probably like a creepy neighbor or something. Just some lady in a white dress walking by that she gets creeped out by. I don't fucking know.
Only about 20 feet away. Heather says that the woman looked like, quote, a lady dressed like a nurse from the 1950s with an eerie grin on her face.
Okay, yeah, that
Heather
would be
is
creepy.
now freaked out. She can't understand why no one else
Well, the
saw
smile.
the strange nurse. So she checks the footage from their front door security camera, and sure enough, the recording also shows a creepy pale figure walking right by.
It just immediately creeped me out, so I just kind of like jumped.
But it gets even weirder, because you see, Heather lives only a mile away from a notorious old abandoned mental asylum, the Philadelphia
Oh,
State
good. A
Hospital
horror movie
Library.
setting.
So a little backstory, I live about a mile from where Byberry State Hospital used to be. This is one of the, I'm pretty sure, the most notorious mental hospital in the country. A lot of abuse went on there. There was
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Patients. There was experiments performed on patients. A lot of
Busted
them lost
makes
their
me
lives
feel
because they were
good.
just treated so horribly. The conditions that hospital was in was so inhumane, and no human should have ever had to go through what these patients went through, and these people just needed help. It's just very sad. They were so overcrowded, like the nurse to patient ratio was just extreme.
With 2 student nurses and maybe 3 attendants, we have all we can do to bathe the patients, get them to cafeteria, take them to the doctors, give them their medications, and try to keep the place clean.
Now, when I was a kid growing up, we used to definitely go in there, and it was really scary. Like, the second you walk on the grounds, you just feel like it's cold, it's not normal, it feels weird. Like, you can tell somebody's watching you. There's underground tunnels underneath, so we used to run around them too, and they used to use those tunnels to transport bodies, and there was still those, like, metal slab beds that they were still down there when we went in there, like, you know, in the 2000s.
You know, I was gonna ask why the fuck would you go down there, but then I thought about it. Some people just like exploring abandoned places, even though it's probably a bad idea. To which, what I would do if I explore an abandoned place is, you know, bring like something to beat someone up with in case you run into a crazy homeless person in the abandoned asylum. You never know. Anyway, sorry.
I felt my arm grabbed in there once, and I moved my flashlight because I thought it was my
Okay,
friend.
why did you keep coming back there?
Oh my God.
But this story gets even weirder still. Heather's dad lived in the same house as a boy. When Heather shows her dad the creepy footage, he tells her that a woman named Linda used to live in the house next door. And during the 1950s, Linda was a nurse at the old Byberry Mental Hospital. So did Heather catch the ghost of a nurse from the old abandoned hospital? And if not, why could no one else see the strange woman walking down the sidewalk?
Honestly, I think it's just a regular ass person walking by. Was there... Did they really not notice? Like, I don't think in the footage they stated that they didn't see that person walking by. But, you know, I don't know. I wasn't paying too much attention to what they were saying, so... Whatever. I don't know.
Ho, no.
Also,
Cara Messina lives in an old house in New York State that was built in the 1800s and has a very tragic past. In the early to mid 1800s, the house was part of the Underground Railroad, a network for fugitive slaves seeking freedom. Slaves escaping the South were forced to hide under the house to avoid capture by authorities. Because of its dark history, Cara believes that the house might be haunted, and she says that while her family has lived there, they have had, quote, some ghostly activity through the years.
okay, here's your first mistake, bruh. Going down there in that... Like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you want to do that? Like, why are you going to do that? There's definitely nothing creepy down there. Haven't you ever watched a horror movie? I'm just... Like for real, dude? Anyway.
So one day, Cara and her daughter are just relaxing around the house, and they start to hear a very strange sound coming from the basement.
So for the last 20 minutes, I've been sitting on my couch, and it's been dead silent, and all of a sudden I hear Santa, and I thought it was coming from outside, and it's not. And this is my basement.
I don't know, the basement just looked creepy. That's why I wouldn't want to go in there. That's just me, though.
Summer.
I had a weird basement before. Scared the shit out of me. Heard stuff down there.
Tell me it's in the same box as Chucky right now.
Why is it Chucky?
What? Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, alright, it's just Chucky. He's gonna kill y'all.
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months.
Okay, that is weird if that's
And it's
true.
off.
Cara's
Oh.
daughter flips through a box, which ironically contains two
The
old
fuck?
Chucky dolls, only to find that a Santa figurine has
But
suddenly
still.
activated itself and is just talking away, even though the power switch is turned off. But there's something even
That
weirder
is
here that video
very
viewers
weird.
noticed after this clip was uploaded.
But at the same time, I'm
Because
sure there's an
did you
explanation
hear
for it.
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months.
Wait,
And
what?
it's off.
Just as the Santa doll is picked up and suddenly stops talking, it can be heard seeming to frantically yell, "No, stop!"
I don't know why that makes me laugh. No, stop! Like, still in the voice that's playing from the Santa a decoration. It's like Santa Claus itself saying, "No, stop." I don't know why. That just makes me laugh. But yeah, okay, yeah, the off switch weird, but okay, so I have a theory that maybe it's not actually saying no stop, it just sounds like that because the audio cuts off. Well, again, the off switch thing's weird, but it could just be the audio cutting off, making it sound like it's saying no stop. But also keep in mind, I don't know, there's a variety of things people can do to set this up to be like a hoax. Like, we got like fucking video editing shit. They could like have tampered with that decoration. Like, there's a lot that could have been done to make this yeah. Anyway, continuing. Does sound like no stop.
So is Car's basement haunted? Is the little Santa doll possessed by some wayward spirit? Or is it all just a very odd coincidence? You decide. Daddy Ghost. One morning, a woman named Cheyenne is taking care of her 2-year-old daughter when the little girl says something very strange.
Okay, who is it?
Daddy. Daddy's right there.
Is it your daddy?
No, it's your daddy.
Is where?
Daddy's right there.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, show me.
See?
Yeah, I think the kids...
Daddy's missing you.
Okay, so whenever they bring these types of videos where it's like some baby saying weird shit, I always go with, nah, it's just that their brains aren't fully developed, so they have a wild imagination and they see things that aren't real. So, yeah, I'm just gonna say this is nothing. This is a nothing burger. It's just a baby having an overactive imagination. That's my explanation for this.
Daddy's missing me?
I saw him.
Let's go get him. Where'd he go?
In him.
Okay, show me.
Her daughter seems to be referring to Cheyenne's dad, which is odd because not only has her daughter never met her granddad, but even Cheyenne herself was only just a toddler when her father passed away. So Cheyenne shows her daughter a picture, and the little girl confirms that it's the man she saw in the hallway of their house.
How do you know the
Yes.
kid is just
Yes, it
saying
will look
that's
like
what
that.
she saw?
Daddy. Daddy. Daddy.
Yeah? And Mabel, what does your ghost do?
No.
What did you say he gave you?
Hot.
A heart?
Daddy. Hey, Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Daddy.
Yeah.
2 days later, and it happens again.
Just see me.
What sees you? The ghost? What are you talking about?
Come on.
Again, I think it's just a kid's overactive imagination. Like a...
The dryer scared me, and you already freaked me out.
Oh, my arm.
Cheyenne says that her daughter still occasionally talks to the entity that the little girl now refers to as, quote, Daddy Ghost. But Cheyenne says that some online comments have scared her a bit.
She calls him Daddy Ghost. She's only had an experience like that 2 or 3 times. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, I try to capture it on video. I also had a lot of comments saying that it wasn't like something nice. It was something mean. That freaked me out, so don't say that again. A lot of people were telling me don't communicate with it. I'm not.
Yeah, I remember hearing, like, people say sometimes in the, like, when with ghost shit and whatnot, sometimes it's actually a demon posing as something friendly or a loved one, or like, you know how in horror movies how sometimes the, like, ghost is like a little girl, like it poses as something that seems harmless, but it's actually a demon. That's why they're saying don't talk to it. If you believe in that stuff, yeah, but don't. I have some belief in the paranormal, but I'm very skeptical at most things. I have a little bit of belief, mainly because, yeah, I don't want to go into it. I think I've said on some old videos, but yeah. Experienced weird shit in life. Which, to be honest, I'm sure it can just be, I don't know. I don't want to go into it, but yeah.
But I'm scared. She is, and she doesn't understand. So, tell him, Mabel.
So is Cheyenne's daughter seeing the ghost of her granddad stopping by for a visit? What do you think?
I think it's an
grave
overactive
situation.
imagination.
A young woman named Britt lives on a large horse ranch in the mountains. She says that lately,
Horses
things around
scare
the
me.
ranch have gotten a little strange. Well, actually, they've gotten a lot strange. It all starts one day when Britt's dog Josie just completely freaks out.
So, I'm recording this
Window?
just in the off chance that no one believes me. Maybe I can catch it. And by the way, I have a freaking cemetery in my front yard. I was just inside. I'm by myself.
Yeah, there's a cemetery there. There's a cemetery in your front yard. Why?
With my dog. She's up in that room upstairs. You can really hear her barking.
Okay, they're barking. Also, another thing I
Josie?
heard, animals can
Josie.
sense ghosts or shit like that. So if you have like a pet cat, pet dog, pet whatever, well, usually cats and dogs, but yeah, animal may freak out. As one pissed off dog. Like, they act like
She's
that.
just been
Sometimes they get aggressive or
staring
scared.
at that, and then she started barking, and she growled. And when she growled, I kind of like booked it. But I don't really know. Like, that's usually like her stance while she's waiting for me to come home, and I'm just like, is she waiting for someone to walk out of that closet? Like, I just don't really know what she's staring at.
I'm just expecting a jump scare.
Like, this is usually how she looks when she's waiting for me to come in, and I'm just like, what? What is it? What is it?
The dog starts ferociously barking at the upstairs bedroom closet for absolutely no reason. But little Josie's strange behavior doesn't stop there. As Britt mentioned, she has a private cemetery in front of her house where some of her family members and also several of their deceased pets are all buried together. Recently, the dog Josie has just started staring at the small graveyard.
Josie. Josie, what's going on?
The horses on the ranch often just stare toward the small cemetery as well.
Well, that's not creepy.
Yeah, the horses are weird.
Seriously, what are you two looking at?
This is like some horror movie shit.
What is it?
But now, weirdest of all, Britt says that lately the neighbors' cows have started to wander over to her property.
The
and
neighbors'
they also
cows.
just weirdly stand around the small graveyard.
See, this is what I'm talking about. They literally just
You know,
come and hang out here all the time now.
You know, if they said it's the neighbor's cow, what if the neighbors are in on this and they're just trying to go viral on the internet? They're just trying to get them views on the interwebs. I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but yeah, what if this is what my thoughts on it is? They're probably just like trying to, I don't know, go viral with all the weird shit. Like sure, like the dog thing is weird, kind of. The horse thing would creep me out, but horses will literally look at everything from my understanding. But the dog one, yeah, I've heard like again the whole, well, actually it was just animals in general would kind of react to that stuff. Like they could see stuff if there's like weird shit, paranormal shit going on. So, but the cow thing, I think they just had their neighbors put their cows in right there for views. I don't know. Some people will do anything to go viral.
It's a newer development. Like, why? They just kind of come.
I mean, they're cows just kind of do whatever
around this area, and they just kind of will freeze and won't move.
They're not even looking at the little graveyard. Like, not really. Moo. Moo, motherfucker, moo. Moo, motherfucker, moo. Moo, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Moo.
Britt is confused and a little creeped out
Oh
by all
no.
of the animal's
Fights
strange
out.
behavior.
I'm about to
Things
punch,
are about
yo.
to take an even
Lights
more
out.
terrifying turn. One night, Britt orders some food from Uber Eats. The driver is a bit disturbed by the gathered cows at the graveyard, but he completes his delivery. And then things just get weird.
I mean, that's a normal reaction, him being weirded out by this. Again, they probably staged it, and the Uber Eats driver just happened to react.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sorry about that.
This location is outside, no here.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It's okay, no problem.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
See the cow door?
I'm scared. There's a cow.
They're actually not mine. They're almost wasn't showing up.
No, yeah.
No.
Oh.
They come hang out around here every night. Yeah. What would you do if this happened in your house?
Yeah, I don't think this is anything. Okay, that cow is actually looking at the graveyard.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the cow's kind of creepy staring.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Every freaking night, like even at night, they even come and hang out here, and they just like stand and like.
House alarm goes off.
Are you for real right now?
You left the fucking door open. What do you expect? Huh? What happened?
Something sets off the alarm inside Britt's house, and as she carefully walks back inside, some unseen force seems to actually grab and pull her shirt.
Oh.
She drops her food in terror and runs
Well, ain't that
back
crazy?
out. Britt says that she was too afraid to return to the house. She spent the rest of the night in the family RV that was parked outside.
Well, that's weird.
Hunter
I'll give you
hunting.
that.
Nick and Ted from the YouTube channel The Hunting Public
Again,
are
it
out
could
bow
be
hunting on public
editing and
lands in
shit,
the remote
but
wilderness of Missouri.
looks weird.
Suddenly they hear something that sends chills down their spines. Now, let me say before I show you these clips, in accordance with YouTube guidelines, no one is shown being hurt in the following video. There's absolutely no evidence that any crime was committed in this video or that anyone was injured in any way. Alright, so, while Nick and Ted are hunting, they hear a gunshot, followed by some insane screaming. They immediately grab their camera and start recording.
Okay. They're screaming?
Now, Nick and Ted are in such a remote area of the Missouri woods that they have no cell service to call the authorities. So, all they can do is listen.
I wouldn't even stay there to listen. I just turn back and go home, because if you hear gunshots, party's over. Get the fuck out of there. Before the person with the gun finds out, oh, you're not too far from them in the forest, because, you know, there might be some sort of psychopath, and I mean, they obviously are if they're like just screaming and shit, and like, I don't know, maybe they committed a murder or something. Like, it ain't a good look. Like, regardless, you need to get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck out of Dodge. I mean, you guys are like hunters, so you obviously have rifles. You're like, if let's say you do decide, you know what, fuck it, let's head back, and then, like, let's say the psychopath in the distance sees you, at least you have something to defend yourself with. And obviously, since you're hunters, I assume y'all know how to use that shit properly. But yeah, as soon as I hear the gunshots, I'm out. The gunshots and the screaming, like, that's obviously an insane person. What the fuck are they doing in the forest and yelling? Or, I don't know, maybe they're hunting also, and they got really mad at, I don't know. No, yeah, they're hunters of people. I'm kidding, it's just the hunters from Yarnum. Bloodborne. My favorite Souls-like. Bloodborne.
I mean, there ain't nothing out here.
Yeesh.
I keep getting chills all down my back. Yeah. Somebody's screaming at the absolute top of their lungs over there. Very not good obscenities to someone else.
Oh, they're yelling obscenities.
Witnessed anybody screaming like that. Yeah.
Maybe it's a crazy drug addict. Oh, okay, yeah. First shot I would have been out, and then I'd be running out as soon as I hear that shit. Someone got executed.
Something not good's going on.
Yeah, that's when you leave.
Again, Nick tries to call someone to report the incident, but they still can't find a
No
spot in the woods with
service.
cell service.
We ain't got any service in here, so can't call the police and tell them to go over there and see what the heck's going
You're basically on your own.
Sound like something off a dang horror movie over there. I mean,
Oh, they have like crossbows.
that's absolutely losing my mind.
Still?
At this point, Nick and Ted are totally freaked
Well, I'm
out.
sure they have rifles
They
also.
just head back to their truck
Maybe.
so that they can get out of there and call the police.
I've heard some stuff that I feel needs to be reported to the police department.
Okay.
I was hunting, me and a buddy were hunting, and at about 6:45, we heard gunshots, which is not uncommon, but then for 30 minutes straight or so, there was lots of screaming and just people, obscenities, and it sounded like something really bad was going on over there, and there was 20 or more gunshots ended up happening. I have pins dropped on a map about how far we were from where we think this was occurring. We didn't know what to do, and we had no service, so we're trying to report and see if anything had been reported about there.
Days later, Nick and Ted provide an update on what happened after their terrifying encounter in the woods.
So after that hunt, you can see we alerted proper authorities, and the days following that event, I had some contact with the state game warden, and they told me that they found nothing on this situation, and they went in there, and there was nothing to be found.
Even though Nick and Ted reported the disturbing incident and even provided GPS coordinates to local authorities, nothing was found at the site. There's absolutely no evidence that any kind of horrible event ever took place there.
You know, it freaked us out, and you know, we really got unsettled by it, and we weren't scared that someone wasn't coming after us, but we had heard something that it could have been. You know, your mind goes to think about what could that be, and you know, I immediately go to worst case scenario.
So did Nick and Ted just hear someone having a random temper tantrum or a breakdown? Was it just someone freaking out and maybe just shooting guns at a tree stump?
I think someone had a mental breakdown, and they just happened to be armed.
Or was it something much more disturbing? You decide.
Or if they said, well, no, they said they were like yelling obscenities, because then I think they did say they thought they heard the guy yelling for help. What if it was someone who was lost in the woods and he was trying to fire bullets so people could locate him because he might have... I don't know. I'm just going to go with it was a crazy person with a gun.
For the full-length version of this video, be sure to check out the channel, The Hunting Public. Shadow of a Doubt.
Check
now,
them
I
out.
covered the strange and creepy story of a woman named Rosanna in one of my previous videos. Rosanna lives in France in an apartment that she claims is haunted by some mysterious dark entity. One night while she is home alone, she starts to hear strange sounds coming from her children's playroom. What she catches on camera is truly chilling.
Okay, the ball's moving. That's kind of weird. It has been claimed by the French ghost. That's how you know you need to move. You know, have I seen this video before? I feel like I've seen a similar video. Okay, I have a question. If you see this weird shit happening, like, as soon as the ball happened, why would you go investigate that area? I mean, at the very least, don't investigate it without, like, a weapon or something. Like, because if it's not, like, gonna be paranormal, there's obviously someone broke into your house and is fucking with you, so you're gonna need to grab something to defend yourself with. Even if it's just some weirdo that thinks, oh no, don't worry, I'm harmless. Nah, you're a fucking weirdo. Get the fuck out of the house. But I wouldn't go investigate that. I'd just be all, oh well, it's time to go outside. Because that's how you die in a horror movie. You go investigate something after seeing, like, that ball move by yourself and then it gets thrown out of that room. That's how you die in a horror movie. Oh. Still in the reflection. Just run out of the room. Stop looking at the reflection. Get out of the fucking room. How?
Toys in the
Why are you
playroom begin to
recording
move
this?
on
You're
their
staying in there
own.
to record
and as
this.
Rosanna goes to investigate, she notices something very strange. Did you see it?
Yeah, the reflection,
in the window
right?
reflection, the large shadowy figure of a man seems to be standing right behind her. But when she spins around, there's no one there.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. If that was me and I saw that shit, I wouldn't be spinning around with my phone out. I'd probably drop my phone and then run out of the room. That's just me, though. Like, I wouldn't be all, oh, I better spin for views. Whee! I'd be, fuck this shit, I'm out, and then I'm just waiting outside. Yeah.
Rosanna sees the strange shadow behind her again in the reflection.
Why would you spin around twice?
The figure just disappears.
That's just fucking
Rosanna
weird and
claims
stupid.
That this dark spirit has haunted her apartment for months, but she just can't afford to move out right now. So is Rosanna being
Tell the
haunted
ghost you
by
better
some
pay
evil
rent.
entity? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. A guide to the other side. A young woman named Diana posted a very disturbing video to Instagram. In the video, Diana and her brother are watching as the police arrive at a trailer at the edge of their property. The police are showing up for a wellness check after the sad, lonely man who rents the trailer has not been seen for weeks. It turns out that the man had unfortunately passed away inside the trailer.
Yeah.
This is the footage.
I'm
Right there. Wait, they're going up to Thomas' place.
Okay, so they knew the guy.
So wait, you said the light wasn't off?
Yeah, exactly. And I knew that something was going on. That's a lot of cops.
Holy shit, the hell? Oh my god, they're calling.
Yeah.
They're coming in.
Are they calling something in? They're going back over. What was Tom doing?
Is there like an app you can check or something to figure out?
Oh my Jesus. Abby's okay.
Sorry.
Wait, was there someone
Did
standing
you
there?
see it?
Okay, yeah, there
Small
was.
shadow of a child can be seen lurking outside the trailer, seemingly lost and abandoned. But the police don't even notice, walking right by as if they can't even see the child. And then, suddenly, the small child's shadow just disappears. Watch again.
It's
The figure
gone.
disappears into thin air right in front of the police, but they don't seem to see anyone. Viewers of the video pointed out that there was another odd apparition in this video, something that looks like the shadowy figure of a man standing in the trailer window. So a few days later, Diana and her father go to check out the trailer, and things get really weird.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh my god. Oh my god. What was that? Oh,
Okay, that's weird.
jeez.
Alcohol?
Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait, did this guy have a kid? What is this?
Yeah, this kid died too, like, I don't know, before, a long time ago.
So first, Diana is
Damn.
terrified when a dead crow falls out of one of the cabinets, which seems odd as the man has only been deceased and out of the trailer for a few days. So how did the bird get there? But next, Diana sees a child's paintings on the refrigerator. Her dad tells her that the man had a horrible tragedy where his young daughter passed away many years ago at a very young age. But the man kept her drawings and mourned her for the rest of his life, descending into sorrow and alcoholism.
Yeah.
So, is this childlike shadow figure the man's daughter coming back to meet him as he passes to the other side? What do you think? Mirror, mirror. A woman who goes by the online name Pixie Paranormal 1 is a psychic medium and paranormal
one of these
investigator
people
who has had quite a few strange experiences. Some that could be super.
Okay, guys. I am a sidekick. I'm going to predict the future. Next time you eat Taco Bell, you're gonna need to take a shit. Psychic.
Supernatural.
What is this noise?
Psychic.
What is this noise?
And she has also experienced some scary incidents that are just a bit too real.
Are they using a Luigi board? Didn't Milton Bradley make those?
Got a load of kids running around.
It's kind of funny.
Can you hear them all?
That's a big ass dog.
That's a girl crying.
Yeah, that's when you leave.
Can you hear that, guys? Hang on. Turn the lights off for a minute, people. Turn these lights off. Turn these lights off. Hang on a minute, guys. We've got to turn these lights off. Turn the lights off. Turn that light off.
Hello, Governor.
Turn it off. I don't mind hunting ghosts, but it's the humans that worry me. Humans
Yeah.
freak me out.
But recently, Pixie Paranormal 1 had a very chilling experience right in her own home. She heard cracking sounds coming from her mirror, so she grabbed her phone and began to film.
Sorry, but yeah, I just have to comment on that. Doing Ghost Hunter stuff, I feel like finding an actual person is more scary because you never know what a person's capable of. Like, it could be a fucking psycho weirdo, or I don't know. Anyway, let's just continue. Just wanted to say that real quick.
What happens next is truly bizarre.
Like, regular people seem more scary to me.
My mirror's cracking by itself.
What's happening? Wait. Wait, stop.
Well,
Harry,
mainly because
my mirror is cracking by itself.
I'm skeptical on a lot of ghost shit.
Why is it cracking by itself?
No fucking idea.
There's too many.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird.
Alright, let's just carry on with it. Right, right. It's me.
Stay there, don't go near it.
This way. I know. Mum, I know. There's a naughty mirror. Wait.
No.
Why is the mirror cracking?
I don't know.
I know.
Ugh.
I know. Maybe the naughty seven.
The woman's mirror begins to break and crack all on its own right before her eyes. Even weirder, what looks like a strange misshapen face seems to appear in the slowly shattering mirror. So did one of the ghosts from Pixie's Paranormal Investigations follow her home? Or just what do you think is happening here? Scary videos.
Scary.
And now again, we end this video with clips that might seem a bit spooky at first, but nah. Case in point. Some Dutch urbex explorers are checking out an abandoned old building, and they find something absolutely terrifying.
It's just one of them, isn't it? It's just one of them.
Now, honestly, squatters in an abandoned house are much more dangerous than...
Oh, it's a squatter.
Also, did you notice that this guy's friend has on the same jacket as the squatter guy? Truly
Okay, yeah, it's one of them.
And next up, a woman is chilled to her core as she wakes up to strange activity. Some unseen force seems to open and close the drawers in her bedroom.
How about no? It's a cat.
But then it's just her cat stuck inside her wardrobe chest.
Okay.
Look, there's his little head peeking out. And
Cats are weird
Pedro
sometimes.
sees a very strange shadow of what seems to be a person who is just not there.
It's something on his table.
Get creepy.
And then Pedro realizes that he just has weirdly designed chairs.
Wait.
Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, please.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Want to be awesome. And hopefully, I'll see you back here next time.
Alright, yeah, that was Nuke's Top 5. Go check out his channel if you want. Well, yeah, go check out his channel. If you want to see some spooky videos, I guess. Now, again, you could probably disprove all of them. Let's be real, you probably can. But, yeah. I sometimes check out that channel if I want to see Sorry, hiccups. But if I want to see spooky videos. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.